Hello and welcome to the United Stand, Manchester United Transfer Daily. Icardi, Donnarumma, Pepe, a real left field signing in the Eric Bailly mould of last summer, and a couple of other big stories to talk about. But I want to fly straight into this. Mauro Icardi of Inter Milan is a player that, if you've been watching the United Stand, he's the striker that I would want to replace Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I've got to be honest with you. Aubameyang would probably be my #1 choice because I think he would score a lot of goals in the Premier League. He's quick, he's quite tall as well. I think he'd be perfect for us. But if we're not going to get him, and it's looking unlikely, then this lad at Inter Milan, and I call him a lad because he's a bit of a Jack the Lad, Icardi would be absolutely perfect. I think he's got everything, absolutely everything. He's got pace. He doesn't need many chances to put the ball in the back of the net. He's very tenacious, my favourite word. He's a fox in the box. He's got good hold-up play. He's got good build-up play. I think he's a star in the making wherever he goes if he leaves Inter Milan, and he would be perfect for Manchester United. Now, you won't see this in the press at the moment, but I expect you will see it in the next couple of weeks, because the issue with Inter Milan is that Icardi is only just turned 23 years of age, and he is the captain of Inter Milan, which is a great feat in itself. But he's had issues. He's very outspoken, and this is why I think he'd be perfect for Manchester United. He's got that je ne sais pourquoi, whatever Kylie used to sing. I don't even know what it means, but he's got something about him. He's got that enigma. He's got that legend status if he comes to United, I think. Cult hero, whatever you want to call him, that Cantona bit of aggression, that's something that we at Manchester United that we really grasp. Not what Liverpool had with Suarez, which is somebody biting and cheating. Somebody who's just got that, that flair inside them, that fire, that passion, and Icardi certainly got it. Basically argued with their hardcore ultras at Inter Milan. They don't really like him that much, and a bit of a mistake by him really, because there is that friction there. If you follow Serie A, Italian football, you'll know at the weekend that the Inter Milan fans left a few minutes into their game to go and have their lunch in protest to how things are going on at Inter Milan at the moment. But Mourinho has very good links into Inter Milan. Obviously, he was there. He won the European Cup with them. Gets on very well with the ownership. And it's a deal that Manchester United could do. We've not signed anyone from Inter Milan. I can't remember the last time we signed anyone from Inter Milan. So it would be a really good deal for Manchester United to do. He is contracted till 2021, so it would cost a lot of money. But when you're talking about Lukaku, when you're talking about Morata and people like that, as far as I'm concerned, Icardi is on another level to those. And what he would bring to Manchester United is what we need. Goals, clinical finisher. Like I say, doesn't need loads of chances to score goals. This season in Serie A alone, he's scored 24 goals in 34 games with 9 assists. Exactly what we need. But the big thing for me with Icardi is a character. He's a character and he's passionate. He'd come to Manchester United, and we as Manchester United fans would love him, while the opposition would hate him. And he would fight. He'd fight for the team. I'm not saying Zlatan didn't, but he obviously lost that pace, and he never had the pace really. But this lad will give us that. He'll give us that fight up front. Remember what Tevez was like. I'm not saying he's not like Tevez, but he's got that passion and fire and never say die attitude. He'd be perfect, absolutely perfect for United. And he's not small either. I don't think he's small. He's touching on 6 foot at 5'11". So absolutely perfect for Icardi. I've got a funny feeling that, from what we're being told, that there'll be a movement there from Manchester United, and we talk about these signings that maybe aren't in the press. We need a number 9. We know we're in for Griezmann. We know we're in for James Rodriguez. Who's the number 9 we're in for? Talk of Belotti? Could happen. Could happen. Talk of Lukaku? I don't think so. We're going to sign a number 9. This lad would be perfect. Probably get him for about 40-50 million pounds, which would be a steal. Like I say, he's only just turned 23. Brilliant, perfect player for Manchester United. Let us know whether you take Icardi. We're now doing polls. A couple of you have asked us about that. On the Icardi poll, would you take Icardi at Manchester United? Yes or no? Top right-hand corner. Let us know. Donnarumma is the next one I want to talk about. Donnarumma. He is a fantastic goalkeeper in the making. Galactico sort of signing. Draughty was talking about him around Christmas time, saying this is the sort of signing Manchester United would like to make, because he'll be a star in the future. De Gea is the best goalkeeper in the world for me, but he's not really got that Galactico status for some reason, and I think Donnarumma he'll get all the big deals, he'll get all the big marketing deals. I mean, he's a big bloke at 6'5". It was absolutely awesome in a game the other week. I forget who they were playing, but they did lose AC Milan, but he kept them in the game at half-time. I think they only lost 2-1 or 3-1. Fantastic goalkeeper. And the telling thing about Donnarumma is we've mentioned him a few times, but apparently, but he said to friends, I am moving to the Premier League this summer. Now, I said this a couple of weeks ago. The interesting thing about Donnarumma is this. He has a contract that expires in 2018. AC Milan have got to get him on a deal this summer. Otherwise, in January, he can talk to whoever he wants and he goes for free. His agent is Mini Raiola. He is saying that he's going to the Premier League. Manchester City, Manchester United interested in him. £20 million. £20 million. Yes, he's young. He's only just turned 18. Yes, he's young, but he's playing first-team football for a very big club in Italy. He's a very big personality. He's a very big player. He's got lots of confidence. He's a great shot stopper. He's obviously going to be good in the air at that height. Part of me thinks Mourinho won't do it, but I think at that price, now is the time to sign Donnarumma. And if you want to keep Romero and sort of make him share it, I'm happy with that. But we're not going to get Oblak. We're not going to get Oblak. So for me, it's got to be Donnarumma. I think it'd be a fantastic signing. It's very interesting that he's saying that he's going to come to the Premier League. So keep your eye on that. Pepe, I don't really want to keep my eyes on this. I've never liked him as a centre-back. Real Madrid, Portuguese centre-back. He's just turned 34 this year. 6'2". He's leaving Real Madrid this summer. I think he'd be an absolute car crash in the Premier League. I know that Jose likes him, and that doesn't mean we won't sign him. But I think he'd come with a reputation. He'd get a lot of yellow cards and a lot of red cards in a fast Premier League. I don't really want him, but we need a centre-back. What do you think about Pepe to Manchester United? Is he the sort of signing that we should be looking at for Manchester United? I mean, it's another short-term signing, isn't it? And at 34, I just don't think he's got the legs or the stamina to last the Premier League season. I think in Real Madrid it's very easy, but he still picks up a lot of cards and he still struggles. I don't think he'll be able to deal with it, although he was very impressive in the Euros. It's an interesting one. I suppose if Mourinho fancies him, we'll have to see what happens with that. Obviously, James Rodriguez, we spoke about him yesterday, saying that he knows where he'll be next season. He's leaving Real Madrid. Everything's pointing towards Manchester United with that. I just hope it has no bearing on the Griezmann deal. And my issue with Rodriguez and Griezmann is they're not fast. They're not super fast. We need some pace. We need some width and we need some pace. It cannot be Lingard. We've got to get a wide man in with some pace. We also need a centre-back, a centre defensive midfielder, a number 9. I don't know whether Rodriguez and Griezmann, do we just need one of those? Why do we need 2 when we've got Andreas Pereira as well? And what does Rodriguez mean to the future of Pereira? That's what concerns me. Give us your thoughts on that one. Just in relation to Donnarumma, I forgot to add about that actually. Navas, the goalkeeper at Real Madrid, really stormed out of an interview a couple of weeks ago, constantly being asked about De Gea. He is going to leave Real Madrid this summer. Just for those, I got a bit of stick yesterday because people were saying, well, why are you always going on about De Gea leaving? De Gea is leaving. De Gea is leaving. I knew it before the Europa League announcement that Romero was playing, but he's 100% going to go. And Mourinho is actually talking about not even giving him his swan song game at Old Trafford on Sunday against Crystal Palace. He's going to play Pereira. You know what? I don't want De Gea to go. I'm sad that he's going to go to Real Madrid, but for what he's done for us over the last few years, he certainly deserves to be in the final. And if he's not going to get a swan song at Old Trafford, I think that's sour grapes. We've been here a lot longer than you, Jose, and we know who's United great and who's not, and he deserves a swan song. And I think it's sad if that doesn't happen, but he will be going. He will be going. You can't not pick the best goalkeeper in the world in a final and expect him to be staying. He's just not going to go. And I think those people who think he's staying, I wish I had that optimism, because it's bordering. It's so obvious he's going to go. I don't want him to go. I love De Gea, but it really is. The next one I want to talk about is Ed Woodward's got a conference today at 1 PM. This happens every 3 months. It's with the major investors of Manchester United. And he has to have a chat with them. They're allowed to ask questions. The Pogba thing is going to be clarified. As I said last week, the Pogba deal is going to be investigated by FIFA. Nothing to worry about, because Juventus actually paid the agent fee of 40 million to Raiola, as we understand it. So Manchester United should be in the clear, and I would expect Woodward to give a bit more meat on the bones in relation to that. Will he allude to anything about transfers? He probably will do, but not in the sense that he's going to start naming players. It'll probably be along the lines of, we're happy with turnover this year, and we'll be competitive in the transfer market again as we look to progress and try and win the Premier League next year. I'd imagine it'll be something like that, but keep your eye out at 1 PM on Twitter. We'll certainly give you the updates on that. And my Eric Bailly player of the day. I'm not going to do it every day, but this one, I want to know what you lot think about this. So the Eric Bailly player of the day is somebody that, you know, a bit left field. We will be signing people that we've not really heard of, and this is my recommendation. And it probably won't happen because he's playing for the Liverpool reserves, but Nathan Redmond is a player that has impressed me for the last couple of years, and this season I think he's probably been one of the best wide men in the Premier League. Funnily enough, up there with Wilfried Zaha, who we used to have at Manchester United. But Nathan Redmond, unfortunately, he's contracted till 2021, so he'd probably cost £30–40 million. And whether he can make that step up to a big club like Manchester United is questionable. But if we're playing Jesse Lingard every week, I'm sorry, but Nathan Redmond is 4 times the better player Lingard is on the wide. He's good at running players. He's good at putting a cross in the box. He is a hard-working player. I think he'd be absolutely perfect as a replacement for Lingard, so we don't have to play him anymore. I'd like to get what your thoughts are on Nathan Redmond. I know James Ward-Prowse has been mentioned from Southampton, and I do rate him. But I've been thinking about this. We need a wide player. We need a wide player. At least we probably need 2, but certainly on the right, who's got a bit of pace about them. And I think Redmond, playing for Southampton, Southampton are a very good side in relation to how they set up and the football they try to play. So he's well drilled in that. Playing for Southampton, you've got to work hard, so he's well drilled in that. But he's a really creative player, and if we signed him, it might not work out, or it could be the step up that he deserves. And he's only just turned 23 as well. I really do like the look of him. I really do. And I'd be interested to get your thoughts on Nathan Redmond as to whether you would welcome him at Manchester United or not. But back to the start, Icardi, what's your thoughts? Remember to cast your vote. Get commenting below and give us your thoughts on today's targets, rumours, whatever you want to talk about. Anybody you think we should be talking about on future shows. But expect it. Icardi, it will be in the press in the next couple of weeks. There are rumblings at Inter Milan already that he's looking to move, and Inter Milan are looking to cash in. Major problems at Inter Milan. We need a number 9, and I think he'd be perfect. He is a Manchester United player of old. He's an enigma player. He's got that edge. He's got that fire. And Manchester United really missed that. Rooney's fire went out a few years ago. Zlatan, unfortunately, his fire was going out because of age. We need a player that is, fiery, aggressive, and he would bring that, and there's no better position to have that than the number 9, because they lead from the front. He'd be perfect, and he's the one I would go for. If we can't get Aubameyang, which is unlikely, he would be the number 9 I'd be most happy with at Manchester United. Give us your thoughts. Thanks everyone for watching. We've got our preview for the Southampton. We're playing, funnily enough, wasn't a coincidence that I mentioned Redmond, because we're playing them tomorrow. So preview tonight at 8:30. Thanks everyone for watching. Remember to drop a like. Likes have dropped off for some reason. I don't know why. Do you want us to stop doing them? Do you want us to go for one show a week? Let us know. But if you do enjoy it, please do drop a like. Thanks for watching, and I will speak to you all tonight. Thanks for watching.